Hey there, my name is Pravus, and welcome to a new indie city builder called Fabledom. This game entered into early access very recently, just back in April, though it did have a demo available during the Steam Next Fest, which is where I got first introduced into the game, and it was honestly a no-brainer to keep an eye on this one. It's very laid back and adorable and charming all at the same time, while approaching a city builder in a slightly different way than you might expect. Mainly because it's not just some generic medieval city builder, it's also kind of like a love story of sorts. Essentially, you are a prince or princess that has been sent away from home by your parents to explore and found a new kingdom. And so have many other princes and princesses at the same time. So you choose your starting region in the map with a bunch of different resources, and ultimately your goal is to not only build a thriving kingdom, but to engage in diplomacy and maybe find a certain special someone you can spend a happily ever after with.
Now go. Be kind, be cruel, be scrappy, and make your ever after happy.
An adorable introduction to the game, honestly. I really do think it's very cute. And honestly, the art style for the entire game is just absolutely adorable. The whole point is to kind of have a magical fairy tale aspect, and I think they nailed that. Anyway, we have some quests, and the narrator is going to guide me through them. Well, let's go ahead and place down a simple laborer's hut. This is where we can assign some builders who will be constructing the rest of our town. So we'll go ahead and assign one worker over that away. And also place down a few little gravel roads, like so. Perfect. We can claim that quest, and then move on to building up some homesteads. These are the basic houses with which your people will live in. And it's not just placing down a tiny little house, you also have to give it at least a 2x2 area, which will automatically get populated by various different things, like, let's say, a beehive, or a clothing line, or an outhouse. Little tiny things to increase the desirability or give people homegrown food in their house. And it also kind of adds a little bit of randomness into your town. Makes it look a little bit more organic. There are a few different resources you're going to have to worry about. Of course, we do have our population themselves, and right now we have no housing, but I got 4 peasants in total, and their happiness is only at 40, which of course ranges from 0 to 100. The happier people are, the more people will want to join your town over time. We do have a certain amount of money. We will be collecting taxes from these homesteads as they are getting built, though we will have some expenditures as well as we build up a military or have various different service buildings, that kind of thing. And there are other resources as well. Food, wood, stone, very obvious and very understandable, intuitive things. Let's go ahead and get that next homestead built up, kind of like so. Perfect. Now we have a little bit of extra capacity, so when some newcomers are on their way, we'll have a place to put them. I'm also going to go ahead and build up a well, because you can see that people do have very basic needs. In this case, well, water. They need to have a nearby source of water. Humans kind of need that sort of thing, don't they? Perfecto. Okay, and with that, we will see in one day, some newcomers are going to arrive. There you go. Perfect. 2 visitors, 2 spaces. That's exactly what you're looking for. All right, that's more people that I can assign. Now, there are a few different jobs we want to go ahead and get started right away. So, for example, wouldn't be a bad idea to have ourselves a quick little lumber camp, like one over here, for example, like that idea. We also should place down a farm, because obviously people are going to get hungry and they want to have some food. So let's place that farm right over here. We can place down some crops. Something like this should be fine. Ultimately, I want to have a patch of 30 crops, so that is a large enough area to work with. Go ahead and build that out. Perfect, and we can claim our quests, get a little bit of extra cash that away. Let's make sure we have at least 1 person, preferably 2 assigned, and off they're going to go and start planting down their crops. This is one of the good things about this game, is that it's not like it's trying to reinvent the wheel. It's a very intuitive game, because if you ever played a city builder before, you have a rough idea how this is going to work already. Let's go ahead and get a woodcutter assigned over here. There we go. So the woodcutter is going to start chopping down trees and provide some of that wood, which we can use for other building projects. Eventually, we will be able to build this out, including a forester as an attachment, so we can plant down new trees as well, but not quite yet. It would also be wise to place down a quick stockpile, preferably kind of close to where the wood is going to be produced, so let's go ahead and get one of those set up. That way we can have somebody assigned to be a logistician, moving resources around. Makes things a little bit cleaner and easier. Now, I think one small complaint I've got with the game right off the bat. This speed right now, this feels like it should be the default speed. And this, unfortunately, is as fast as it goes. This is 3 times speed. Why anyone would ever want to play on 1 times speed, I honestly couldn't tell you. So, I'd actually love to see a 4, 5, or even 6 times speed added into the game at some point, but you know, it's early access. There's still time for things to change. Anyway, goal right now is to become a hamlet. That means I need to have a population of 10. And in 7 days, we will have some newcomers arrive, most likely up to 2 population, because that's about as much as my happiness can afford. Down in the building menu, though, we can take a look and see what other things we can look forward to. So there's a lot of different food production available, including windmills, pigsties, bakeries, etc. We'll eventually be able to get a lot of other resources. I mean, you can see there's quite a few options over here. Some other essentials, sewer drains, messenger guilds, hospitals, etc. Lots of amenities, military buildings, heroes, barracks, sword fighters, fortifications, decorations. Yeah, there's quite a lot you can work with in this. This game is going to very slowly introduce it all, but obviously the longer you play, the more access you have to lots of cool features. And it's looking pretty substantial, actually. This is a solid offering for an early access game. There we go. Now we are a hamlet. Excellent. All right. So my families now have to be able to pay me 5 coins if they want to be able to live here. Nice. We also get access to inns, stone camps, coal makers, granaries, and foresters. So I was telling you about the forester already. Let's click on this lumber camp and we can do a quick little attachment, and I'll go ahead and place that over, let's say, right along here. Make sure it is actually attached to the building, and they'll go ahead and start planting down new trees as the opportunity arises. Let's see, we also should go ahead and get ourselves a stone camp, and there is a deposit right over this direction. So maybe something up over like this would be a good idea? Sure. Go ahead and get one person assigned over here. All right, looking good. Now you can see an overview of all of your fablings, as your townspeople are called. If you take a look at the overview, we can see what everyone is currently up to and what their profession would be. Jane Ward over here, for example, is a laborer. John Rousseau is the head of a household. Let's just go ahead and see what we can do as far as assigning somebody. Over here at this farm, we can go ahead and have, how about this laborer gets assigned over here instead? Boom. I'll be honest, the overview here is not the most intuitive way of assigning workers. I feel like there's probably something a little bit nicer, but at least it does seem to work, and it's a good way of keeping an eye on everyone who is inside of your town. Now, just like some city builders, like, I don't know, let's say City Skylines or similar, you can buy more territory to expand. So over here, for example, we can see that there are plenty of trees, a pig herd, some stone, and some fish. Over this direction, iron and ruins, and so on. Bob Barkskin is up this direction. Who the heck is Bob Barkskin? I have no idea. Well, I feel like going for the pig herd and stuff is a good idea, so we're going to go ahead and pick up this territory at the cost of 100 coins. And there we go. We are able to expand our kingdom even further.
This can't be right. It seems you got a letter from a secret admirer. Odd. Well, I suppose there's no accounting for taste.
Are you insulting me and calling me ugly? Oh, that's just mean, narrator. All right, so we got a letter from Winifred. Oh, hello, Winifred. Dearest Prince, my shining crusader, in these treacherous times, even a warrior's heart seeks a haven. Yeah, okay, so this warrior princess wants to be impressed, right? A potential suitor. You know, if she ends up being what our heart desires. Let's go ahead and place down an inn. I think that's going to make people very, very happy indeed. Right over here should be good. Shall take up a fair bit of my wood and some of the stone that I have been gathering up in the quarry. We should also consider getting ourselves some coal. Game's not calling for that yet, but I guarantee it's going to be a thing. Certain buildings, of course, are going to reduce your happiness because of the pollution that is created. So don't place this around your housing up over here. It makes a lot more sense to place it off, let's say, in this direction. What's the coal going to be used for? Well, at least for now, it's going to be used mostly for fuel. If we do get into seasons in winter, I assume that's going to be a thing at some point. And maybe also for some smelting, but we're not there yet. Let's go ahead and assign one person to work in the inn, and you can see that happiness just went up for everybody. Yay! This game does try to be really adorable and cute, by the way, with a bit of a humor to it. Case in point, if you look at this decoration, we have a circular table. And how do you know it's a circular table? Well, it's a table made of circles. Wait. Basically being this is a circular argument. It's using itself to define itself. Kind of hilarious. I don't know. I think this game really goes for a very specific aesthetic and does a fantastic job. It's absolutely charming. We have reached the next milestone. We are a small village, and we will have recurring payments of 15 coins from these families. Now we will be able to have nobility enter into our town. We can have extra resources, a messenger guild, sawmills, and we can grow crops, namely wheat. So we'll need to start producing some planks. That's fine. Let's go ahead and get this sawmill up and running. Of course, it does have a lot of pollution. Not something we want to place around our housing, but still something we want to place close to our storage. Sawmill is built. We'll have somebody working over there, taking some of that wood, turning it into planks. Of course, let's not forget we do need to add more workers into the lumber camp so we can keep up, because right now I have some food, and I'm kind of out of coal already, actually. We got nothing else. Nothing at all. It is a little bit annoying, I think, that it does take so long for newcomers to arrive. That can slow down the pacing of the game, but I wouldn't say it's unbalanced. It's just slower than I would like, because it doesn't take very long to build things out, right? So it feels like you're kind of running faster than the game wants you to. Nonetheless, I think we'll be all right. The Messengers Guild over here, by the way, it's something we're going to go ahead and start constructing. Does boost up the happiness of everyone in this area. Well, looks like winter is already upon us. Okay, I mean, yeah, looks very nice, honestly. Practically a fairy tale wonderland. Looks like there are some world events going on. A Secret Santa? Secret Santa, what a childish game. It is below me and my stature. Unfortunately for you, I wasn't giving you instructions, so enjoy 35 coal! Oh, that's an insult. You don't realize it, but that is actually an insult. And the purpose of that messenger guild? Well, it's very obvious, obviously. We want to send messages to our other rulers, potential sweethearts, that kind of thing. So let's open up that world map and see what's going on over meow. For example, Hiwianara. We will send a messenger at the cost of 50 gold. That's an expensive bunch of postage. Chance of success, 100%. In 7 days, we shall have our delegation received.
Looks cold out there. Oh, look, my wand has shrunk.
Oh, that's just downright lewd. I thought you were a friendly old man, and now I'm starting to think you might be a slight perverted. What is wrong with you? Okay, anyway. We've discovered Hiwianara. Hi. Oh, it is Winifred. I was kind of hoping to meet someone new and a little less imposing, but okay. Well, at this point, you can decide if you want to, say, hey, good to meet you. Or you can be like, hey, take a gift, and I'll just give her some coal. For all I know, she was my Secret Santa, so I'm just giving her a third of what she gave me in exchange for free relations. That seems fine. So if we want to start courting this lady, we'll first have to be friends. Which means we need to build up those relationships a fair bit, and we can send more messages and stuff like that. We can also find out exactly what she likes. She's a fortified heart. Okay, so all fortifications and siege equipment cost less. Well, that's very nice for her. Courting gifts, she likes Viking hats and hero training dummies. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm not sure you're not my kind of lady. Oh, the winter effects melting away actually look pretty nice. Very fluid, very pretty. I like it. I'm going to send out another delegation to another nearby kingdom. On the off chance I can find someone a little bit more my speed. Oh, Agnes, the Harvest Princess. Yeah, that might be a bit better. Let's give her some veggies. Oh, she liked that. She likes veggies. Bountiful charm, true love's power, all crop yields are doubled. Flower farms, tulips, she's probably Dutch. At least we've reached the next milestone. We're at a proper village. All right, extra payments are going forward. Okay. And I think I misread this, by the way. I'm pretty sure that my family, like literally my father and mother, who sent me off to form this kingdom, are expecting tribute. Great. And thanks, Mom and Dad. Appreciate that. They want more money from me. All right, but now we can get a windmill, which grinds the grain into flour, as long as it's windy, which it always is, yay. Stone quarries for the different stone deposits, and eventually hero quarters, which spawns a hero when placed. Now, I don't know what that means. Windmills we can get kind of up and running. I have a feeling how that's going to work. We've already got a farm going with lots of grain. I was growing this so I could impress a lady friend, but now I'm starting to think I might need to feed my people instead. Screw it. I'm still gonna send this stuff off to a lady friend. I want to impress Agnes. But she wants 50 grain! That's probably fine. I mean, if a few of my villagers have to starve to death, that's their own darn fault, right? Message delivered. Does she like that? She's just, not quite my friend. She's really close to being a friend with me, but she's not quite ready to do that. Oh, she wants double the grain in order to actually court her. Oh, I see how this works. Okay. Fine, Agnes. If that's the way things are gonna be. Here's 100 grain. Are you sure you want to start courting this ruler? If you're courting someone else, you lose progress because nobody likes being cheated on. Fair enough. No, it's fine. I mean, she's cute and all. She's probably Dutch, and she likes grain. I got grain. Oh, she's like all flustered. She's like, ooh, look at this guy. While we're waiting for our love letter of grain to arrive for Agnes, let's place down this hero's quarters thing. I'm curious what this is going to be. Okay. Apparently, heroes are our best fighters. They can also explore and equip items and level up. When did this become an RPG? I don't know, it just did. Welcome to Chapter 3, The First Date. Fergus is the name of my hero, and he can equip an optimistic or a careful straw hat. Really. Also, the essence of balance. Whatever the heck that means. Anyway, Agnes sent me a letter. Oh, she's excited! She likes what she's seeing so far. My morning dew. Oh, that's actually kind of a cute little sentiment. I like that. Thank you for the wonderful gift. It takes a caring prince to nurture such a wonderful produce. I admire that. Is that a euphemism? Might be. So this apparently opens up a whole new tab for construction. Flower farms. Employ 2 peasants and start making tulips. Fortunately, we are now a big village. Of course, means mom and dad want a little bit more money. Okay, fine. And also, we get a stone masonry so we can make rectangular bricks. Bakery using the wheat, and also a street theater. Every actor has to start somewhere. Well, the bakery I could see being extremely useful since we, kind of are making wheat and doing absolutely nothing with it right now. And additionally, I think that I'm going to need more space. Let's go ahead and buy out this territory. Fish, ruins, iron deposits, and stuff like that. Sounds good. Buy that thing there. And, Fergus, where are you? Fergus should be able to go over here and inspect some of these ruins. Hut, 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 hut. All right, what do you find? A wooden cart. It's very decorative. Well, thank you. And the ruins go crumbling into the ground. Wow. That was not structurally sound. Not at all. Can my hero do anything else that's, like, useful? Can it kill these pigs? Can it go looking for treasure? No? Doesn't seem like my hero's able to do much. Now, I mean, there's obviously militaries in the game. So, presumably at some point, either we can make the other people really angry at us and we can go conquer them, or perhaps there's going to be enemy, like, let's say goblins or something attacking us at some point. Oh, hello, there's a wicked witch. That's one thing. But anyway, so I guess there's something we'll be able to fight with heroes, but not yet, so I don't really know why we would want to have a hero this early on. Wait, what? The witch has turned all your fablings into skeletons. While this is effect, their hunger is doubled for 10 days. What? What a horrible witch! I'm already completely out of food! How could you do this to me? Oh no, and she really did turn them all into skeletons. Oh! Well, somebody is sending me a sympathy gift, and you know what? I'm not gonna say no. Thank you. I very badly needed all of those vegetables. I like how the music has gotten all, like, spoopy and stuff, you know? Little spooky, scary skeletons vibes here. That's great. Well, forget everything else. Let's go ahead and start planting down a whole load of tulips. Oh god, it's gonna take an absolute ton of gold to do this. Really? I'm pretty sure she wants 40 plots of tulips to be planted, and that's gonna take 5 gold each? Really? No, it's fine. I mean, I only make like 22 gold a day now because my hero and my family are sucking it all dry. So it's gonna take a while to store up that much, but yeah, no, it's fine. Definitely worth it for love, right? Hey, Agnes, have you considered maybe sending me a gift? You know, I like money. Money is the best way to my heart, I'm just saying. And this does kind of bring me to one of the problems of the game. There definitely comes a point, like literally right now, where you don't make enough money to make the game feel like it's progressing at a decent rate. You're just kind of sitting around and waiting for almost nothing to happen. And that's partly because of the upkeep of some of these buildings. I would say some of these buildings you could probably pull back on that a lot, because just like you use your coins for so many things. I can't expand my population anymore. I can't place down any more of these tulip farms. I can't do a whole lot of things until I have cash, because every building requires cash. So, you know, it's not that it's necessarily an imbalance thing. It's more of an anti-fun thing. It's an unnecessary gating mechanic, if that makes sense. Now, if there were other ways of generating money, right, that could be interesting besides just like the taxation. So, for example, if by owning an inn and selling a particular product to your people, you could generate some cash. That sort of thing would make some sense. If I could trade with other people, that would make some sense. While we're waiting for more money to just sort of magically appear, let's take a look at some other things that are either currently not available in the game or we haven't talked about yet. So there's iron deposits over this direction. There's something weird here called prismatic liquid. Not too sure where that's gonna go. Hey, look, a stone giant. Keeps to himself unless he's been disturbed. All right, well, that's going to be a thing at some point. All right. If we take a look under, let's say, resource generation, we can see that there are such things as prismatic liquid extractors and refineries. But these are not available right now in this stage of early access. This is something that's going to have to happen a bit later on. If we go to the world map and do some interactions, let's say Winifred, who I am totally not interested in, by the way, we cannot spy or declare war on her, but there will be that option at some point in the future. So we can get some idea of the different features that are intended to be added into the game. And on one hand, it's a little bit of a tease that you can't actually do those things now. It's kind of like, why even show this to me if you're not going to let it be an option? And the answer is to string you along and make you realize what they want to add into the game. So it's kind of a snapshot into the future for what the developers have in mind. And I'm all about that. I don't even know why Agnes wants so many dang tulip farms. 2 people is the maximum allowed to have at a flower farm, and they can't keep up with this many flowers. Not even close. Yeah, they definitely need to change the requirements for these. This takes way too long and is way too demanding. All right, anyway, right, Agnes, my love, quote unquote, I'm gonna send you some tulips. And she's very, very happy. We nurture the earth, and she nurtures us. Our love is freshly sown, but will it sprout? Will we bloom together? I'm not going to find out at this point because I've been sitting around and waiting for too long. And that's the problem when you get into some of these early access city builders, is there's just points where you're kind of sitting around. I can literally walk away from my computer for 20, 30 minutes, and nothing will have changed except, I'll just have finally stockpiled the money I want to continue with the game. That kind of a thing. Nonetheless, though, you have to admit, I think the game is very charming in what it's trying to do. Telling a love story at the same time is unusual, but it kind of works if you're going to go for a bit of a romantic fable, right? So, and I think this actually has a lot of promise. So if the game can get a little bit of tweaks and some balancing, maybe a faster play speed option and stuff like that, overall, I think this could be a game worth keeping an eye on. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. If so, I would ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, make sure you hit that notify bell, and I will see you guys next time. Oh good, my flowers are dead.